Hey, welcome to a brand new episode of the Straight Up Show podcast. I am your host, Calvin. And y'all, has been a crazy year in 2025. So much has been going on. As of right now, bro, this is crazy. Like, this dude is really going to get away with it. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do y'all think that he's going to get away with it? Like, just, what do y'all think, man? This is wild. Like, if you're coming in right now, make sure you tap the screen. Like, I want to talk about it. Do y'all think that, like, right now, what South Park did to Donald Trump, was that too wrong or was it too much? Like, going on right now? Can y'all just please, like, if you're joining in right now, tap the screen, like the live. We want to talk about it. We want to talk about what your thoughts about it, like what's going on. Do y'all think it is a conspiracy theory? Like, a lot is going on right now. This may be possibly a cover up. I want to hear from Magus. Like, is this, what do y'all think? Like, seriously, because a lot is going on right now, and I want to get y'all's thoughts. But right now, I'm going to have people up. If you can, go ahead and tap the screen like the lives. I want to make sure that we can get people up right now, because if you haven't heard, Ghislaine Maxwell was granted, she was granted limited immunity, which means that basically what's going to happen now is that there's a good chance that she may get away with this. Like, they all may get away with this. So just make sure you tap the screen like the live. Eddie, hey, I'm not gonna say it, bro, but you were right.
I told you. What I told you was gonna happen, it happened, right?
It happened. Just earlier, it was like they were just thinking about giving her immunity, but they just finalized on it. And then when he was asked about it, he was like, "Yeah, I can pardon her if I wanted to." So he's over here floating the idea of pardoning her anyway.
Yeah, I told you it was gonna happen, bro. And I mean, I already saw it coming.
So what are your thoughts on it? Like, what do you think?
I told you what's gonna happen to her, bro. Like, the government's a big old mafia, bro. Like, they send their guys to tell them, hey, what do you know? And are you gonna squeal? And if you are gonna squeal, if you squeal, you're gonna stay in there. But if you just keep my name out of like those files, we'll go ahead and pardon you.
Yeah, bro. It's just my thing is like, with all this being said, like, how can, like, and if you're watching right now, if y'all some MAGA supporters, please come up and join us. But, like, you know, how can y'all still support this? Like, you know, we'll be on, we'll be on Joey's lives, right? And like they'll still support it. Like, I don't get it. Like, how can you still support Donald Trump after this? What's up, Nathan?
What's good?
All right. Hey, do you think South Park went too far, or there was much needed?
I don't really think either. You know, I really don't know why people are so riled up over a cartoon.
Right. I mean, the White House was pretty riled up too, though. So, I mean, like, what do you think? Like, just
The White House,
who'd you vote for? First off, let's see.
I voted for Trump.
All right. And then 7 months in, are you still satisfied with your vote?
I mean, and opposed to Biden, yeah.
Well, Biden wasn't a pick, so it was Kamala. So I just wanted to know, like,
Oh yeah, he had cancer that he lied about.
Samantha, welcome to the podcast. Samantha, can you please tell us your age and who you voted for?
I'm 44 from Oklahoma, and I understood the assignment, and I did not vote for Trump.
Uh-oh. We got two different
You
people.
got an F, you lost.
So you said you understood. What was the assignment that you had to understand?
The assignment to not let this piece of shit back into the White House.
F, you lost.
I lost what?
Your assignment.
Yeah, I understand that, but the American people are losing daily now because of that. So,
okay, so let me start with and Eddie. I know, Eddie, you can jump in anytime you want. But so Nathan, let me ask you this. So like, okay, with everything going on right now, and today we just found out that they have given Ghislaine Maxwell limited immunity. So does it not make him look guilty to you at all, or what?
absolutely.
Ghislaine Maxwell is guilty, yeah.
But the fact that he's about to pardon her, basically, what does that say to you?
So when she comes out and says that Trump is innocent, and you guys don't have any proof. Like, what are y'all gonna do?
On a pardon?
But before she was actually convicted, she was found guilty under oath, right? She committed perjury.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you go back to Ghislaine Maxwell's issues all the way back to Florida when Epstein first initiated this, Pam Bondi, who was the AG at the time in Florida, made a deal with Epstein and said that we want you, all of your co-conspirators along with her, will not serve any time as long as they testify. Well, when Epstein comes up unalived, interestingly enough, they go after her. So technically she has a ticket to ride on because she still has that as Pam Bondi's initial word.
Mm.
So bringing her to the White House and talk to her, no. He said, I'm just going to release the Epstein files. Here's what backfired on him with that, though, is that he didn't realize his name was going to be in it so much. And I think that the reality of it is that he was going to try to use it like he does anything else, weaponize other people and congressional members, Democrats, whatever, that he may have thought were on the list. And then I think they found out, sir, I don't think it's going to be a good idea for you to go out and release this list, even redacted, because your name's all over it. And even the Trump fans do not care. MAGA does not care that he's in it. They'll just move the goalpost for him. The whole point of this, when everybody says, why do Democrats care? Why they want it? It's not so much that they care about Donald Trump, because we all knew he was in it. It's we want all of the people who are child predators to be punished. We want them to serve their day. And there is enough of them in there that we would like to know who's on the list, because we don't want these people representing us. It's very simple.
Do you have any proof that there's a list?
Are you serious?
So
Is that a legitimate question?
can I ask you a question, Nathan? So even though that Pam Bondi said there was a list, Donald Trump said there was a list. He even said today that he has his own personal list of Bill Clinton and other people who actually live with Jeffrey Epstein. So are you still in disbelief that there's no list?
If you could show me where he said that, I mean, that'd be great.
He said it multiple times. Did you not listen to, I mean, you're a Trump fan, you voted for him. Did you not watch his rallies? Did you not watch the post 60 Minutes interview where he said, yes, I'll release not only the JFK files, but I'll release the Epstein list, L-I-S-T, list?
List or files?
List. In the files. He said, I will release the files that has the list. He said it very clearly. He has said list multiple times. He said, Pam Bondi said, the list is on my desk. And the rest of the files to be
there's a
released are
flight
on my
list,
desk.
but there's not a client list.
Well, she said Pam Bondi said client list. Knox, before we go any further, can you please just tell us your age and who you voted for?
I'm 20 and I voted for no one. I just want to see this and I want to give out my own opinion, not gonna lie.
Okay, all right. Well, Nathan, let's just kind of hear your point. Like I said, and you can look on my page. I actually reposted today where he said that he has his own personal list of people who slept over at Jeffrey Epstein's house. So there is obviously
Okay, what about Virginia Jeffrey that specifically named Trump as someone who was not seen touching or molesting kids?
Okay, so let's first off, let's use TikTok friendly language, please. Just use SA if you don't mind. And two, okay, so that's just one person, but what about the other?
Okay, where's somebody where's some proof that he is on the list?
Okay,
Who? Trump? We don't. Okay, I don't even know where the logic comes in.
He's been
with you on
mentioned in the
this,
list
because
76 times, bro. He's been mentioned on the list.
He's been seen with him multiple times. Even Epstein's brother has come out and said they were great friends. He has admitted, Trump himself, we were great friends. And then he tried to disassociate himself and distance himself like he does everything from him after he got in trouble. But before that, oh yeah, they were great friends. They partied together. We both like young women. He said it. He said those words. We both like young women. We love beauty and young women.
He said that Jeffrey he loves women more than me, and he likes them a little bit younger.
So you think Chris Tucker, Naomi Campbell, Doug Band, Sarah Ferguson, just because they flew on the Lolita Express, they're automatically guilty of SA of children.
If you have a pattern of someone, and like Donald Trump, who has a pattern of essaying women, who has a pattern of having disgusting, filthy comments to make about women, and I don't need to go back to what he said about having money and being able to grab women wherever you want to, or his typical behavior of going down an escalator and talking to
Those are all grown
preteen
women,
and
though.
saying, I'll marry her, or even discussing his own daughter in a sexual sense or schmexual sense. I don't know what's confusing. People that have
The
patterns.
left wingers are the conspiracy theorists now. They just do all this
Bro.
reaching. They
No, this
they
is
talk
what
about
he said. I'm not
Nathan.
making any conspiracy up.
those are
This is
grown
shit
women
he
though.
said.
Those are grown women.
Nathan.
No.
Nathan. Some
Yeah.
of the people he already paid out some kids that were minors that he SA'd. So they won't say anything, bro.
Like
What about the girl that was coming down the escalator that said, "Oh, she's beautiful. She's a preteen. She's beautiful. I'd be married to her someday." When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. He
What
showed
are
you
you
who he
talking about?
is. I don't
You
know
think-
what's so confusing.
You think a video of a politician? So Joe Biden is a
Oh, here we go.
a child predator now.
Why? Because there's any evidence of him saying anything about young girls?
Because he would kiss young girls.
Do you know
you're
there are
using that
a
as
lot of people?
So it's true in one sense when it fits your narrative.
Did you
But
see
if it
him?
doesn't
Did
fit
you
another
see
narrative,
in the forehead of
you
a
see
young
that you're a
child or
conspiracy
making out with a
theorist.
young child? Those
Total
are two
crap.
totally different things.
Total crap.
It's not a conspiracy theory, but okay. Let's get down to the main point, right? Like, so you voted for Donald Trump, you support Donald Trump, but my question is, if because obviously MAGA support, they don't want to believe 34 felony counts, right? So let's not talk about that. But if you were, since you are a MAGA supporter, if it does come to find out that he is convicted or he is in those files doing essay towards young women, do you still have it? Does he still have your support as a MAGA supporter, or would you believe it?
Yeah. If it came out that Obama was doing it, would you was doing it? Would you
I would.
come out against Obama?
I would in a heartbeat. I would tell you,
Ooh.
be locked up too.
We're on the same page then. Yeah. Once I see some proof, once I see some evidence, once I see like people that aren't acting delusional because they're liberal,
Acting delusional was the woman that he was found civilly liable for raping. Was she acting delusional?
She's a delusional woman. She's a crazy woman.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Hey, straight
So
up.
when he talked about being able to grab women by whatever because of their money, was he being delusional, or was those actual words he said?
That's
Or
my
you
boy
think
getting
he
some
believed
play.
that?
That's my boy getting some play.
Oh my God!
Let me ask you this: what made you want to vote for? And don't say the policies, please don't. Exclude policies. What made you support Donald Trump?
Because liberals are weaponizing the legal system against people that have dissenting political opinions against.
Okay, so you're talking about Donald Trump then, because he's the only one that does that.
What do you mean?
He is the one that goes after political opponents. He's been doing it since he got into office on day one. That's what he spends most of his time working on and talking about. Everything that goes wrong right now as him being president, he blames on Biden, even though he's president right now.
What U.S. president has he federally prosecuted?
He has talked about trying to go after Biden, Obama. He has gone back. What political opponent has he had that he has not talked about trying to go after? That's a smaller list.
Okay, but Biden.
Okay,
See, here we go.
Garland.
You can't. That's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
What's bullshit?
Wake the
Who
fuck up.
appointed Merrick Garland?
Oh my God. He doesn't even remember that he is the one who put Jerome Powell in the position that he's in. He literally sat there the other day and he's like, I don't even understand how this guy got here. And I don't know why Biden put him in office. He put him in office in 2018.
Yep.
He doesn't even understand what the hell he did when he was president the first time.
Let's stay on topic.
This is the topic. That is a political person that he absolutely hates, who talks shit about, who wants to get rid of, and he thinks that he has done things that he should be convicted for.
What? Okay, so who has he gone after aside from like these words that you remember him saying? Everyone
The
has
mayor of
like,
New York. The mayor of New York caved because he threatened him.
Yeah,
We can
man.
start
Eric
there.
Adams is a criminal. He's already a
Oh.
criminal.
Right. Okay. So he's not behind bars, just like Donald Trump is not behind bars because
He's getting charged by the state. He's not getting charged federally.
Donald Trump should be behind bars. You understand that, right? What he did and what he
He
was
should be
found.
president. The American people, the voting American population, voted
He
him
shouldn't
into
even
power.
have been a candidate.
What do you mean? Are you against democracy?
I'm against a 34 convicted felon even being able to be voted for.
So wait. You think the American people do not have a right to vote for
Not
who they
for
want to be
convicted
president?
felons.
Really?
Don't you have an ounce of demure and class
Really?
if you would rather have someone up there that can run the country that has some self-respect? You know, he's going to Scotland and they literally said to go look at his stupid golf courses.
So if they would
They
have
are
charged
literally
Obama,
saying in the newspaper,
so if
shut
they
up,
would have
Nathan.
charged
Shut up,
Obama,
Nathan. Shut up,
when he
Nathan.
was
He is going to Scotland,
Okay,
and they
I'll shut up.
literally in the paper didn't even announce him as president. They said the felon is coming to Scotland.
Voting. It's a right, a privilege, and a responsibility. Many have made the ultimate sacrifice just so we could have the ability to vote on what we believe is best for us and our community. So, we here at Straight Up ask you to do your research, let your voice be heard, and be proud to say, I straight up voted.
And that's why I brought the topic that South Park go too far, because obviously he's making our country into a big joke. Like, they're making fun of him, but they're not making you feel like you're standing to somebody. He's supposed to be this big bad president, but yet he's a big.
they're mad Ben Colbert.
Bullshit. South Park has been making different
They haven't made an
episodes.
episode in 2 years.
They have been making episodes for years about things.
They haven't made one in
That
2
has
years,
happened.
Babe. You don't even know what the hell you're talking
I
about.
absolutely know what I'm talking
Stupid
about.
wine mom.
They made an episode a long time ago about the medical industry.
When was the
and it
last time
turned
they made a
out
South
to
Park
be 100%.
episode? You don't even know what you're talking about. When was the last time they made a South
I
Park
don't think
episode?
you are in reality. I don't think you live in the U.S. And if you do, you're
Okay,
under
so
a
answer
rock
my
somewhere.
question if I'm not in reality. You should be able to clearly demonstrate, right?
Okay, that's beyond the point, because now you're trying to fight. That's like, honestly, I'm apolitical. I don't care who you vote for. But my thing is that's when it comes to MAGA supporters, they have to move the goalposts. Show me proof.
She moved the goalposts. I was talking about political persecution, and
Okay.
she started talking about a completely
The only
different.
reason why you
appointees.
understand the word political persecution is because Donald Trump has said it over and over and over again about himself. That's the only reason why you understand that word.
I don't even think he's ever said political persecution.
He has, oh my God, where the fuck have you been? For the entire campaign, he said, I'm being politically persecuted against. This is a witch hunt, a political persecution. Are you that confused?
I've heard witch hunt. I've never heard the word political persecution.
Okay,
ever.
panel, am I that confused? Because I am certain he said it a million times, if not once.
All
You
right.
got it.
Can you find me one?
I don't have to do your research for you, my friend. I've watched
But
his.
you're the one who's saying it, right?
You really don't think
You
he's
know what
ever
burden of
said that he's
proof
been
is?
politically persecuted against. You really don't.
And that's kind of like that's what's scary, Nathan.
I don't ever think he's used that specific word.
Oh my God.
That's my like. And like I said, and I'm with Ryan. I think you're just trolling me right now. I think you just because I don't know if you just love to join to be part of the whole ordeal with just being on the bandwagon, because like, you know, I'm assuming you're an American, right? And I think that like, so whether you're on the right or left, we don't want to see children to get, you know, SA'd at all. And like,
Can I see some evidence of that happening, bro? Like,
okay, let me ask you a question. Like, if this was your daughter, right, and she comes to you 20 years later and says that somebody that she's known that you knew mutually, like your best friend, right? She stayed quiet about it for 20 years, right? And she told you this is what's going on. Would you believe her or would you believe Donald Trump? With no proof.
if I had a daughter that was in contact with Donald Trump and she told me Donald Trump SA'd her,
Mm-hmm. Would you believe her or would you believe Donald Trump?
I really wouldn't know who to believe at that
Oh my
point.
God. That is what's so wrong with you. Do you have children? I hope not.
Do you like? I have
Wow.
nothing to do with Donald Trump. Like I think
You
I
just
think my
aligned
daughter is
yourself with him. You
schizophrenic.
literally said if my daughter was essayed by him, I need to actually watch it basically in order to believe it. You're fucking nuts.
How would my daughter have any contact with Donald Trump?
You're a fucking troll. You're
How would you have contact with Donald Trump, Samantha? You're a worthless wine mom on TikTok. What are you talking about?
You know, you can call me all the names in the world. I've been a Medi-Flight nurse for 25 years in trauma. So I've been called all the names in the world. You go right on.
Okay, you started. You can't. You told me to my face. Shut
literally
up.
can sit there and tell me that if your daughter came to you and said, "Dad, I was essayed by Donald Trump," and I don't care if he'd ever been president.
What
or
if my
not.
daughter came to me
You're
and said
literally saying,
she was
I
essayed
don't
by
know.
you, Samantha?
I just don't know.
What if my daughter came to me and said she was essayed by you? Who should I believe?
Her.
Oh my God.
Are you an idiot? Her.
So you just
Yeah, I'll self-incriminate myself all day long. If your daughter comes to you and said I did it, her, and then we'll let the courts decide what happened. But you should initially accept the statements of your daughter.
That's good. That's
I have a follow-up.
good. I believe you're that type of person.
I have a
So
follow-up.
I'm glad you came out, Samantha.
All right, quick, Nathan. I got a follow-up question, Samantha. But before we go there, let's do Hulkamania. What's up, man? Can you tell us your age and who you voted for?
34 for Trump.
Okay, and let me ask you this question: did South Park go too far, or was it much needed? And how do you feel about Ghislaine Maxwell getting limited immunity?
Didn't watch the South Park episode, and I think it is a smart move to do that.
They grant her limited immunity. Why so?
Yes, because that means she can talk about whoever she wants. She can bring up everybody that she needs to, and she can have immunity also. It's not like she's going to get out.
Okay, but the thing is the goal is to get her out. That's the plan.
No, I mean, we can still prove what she did, but at the same time, giving her immunity is a smart thing that lets her mouth open up and let her talk. It's not ideal, but we will get names. We will get a lot of information if we just let her talk, because a lot of criminals like that would talk and incriminate a lot of people.
Okay, so are you on the list of like basically if Donald Trump is on he can be on the list, right? He can be in the file.
Yeah.
If he's part of the files to where he was engaging with underage practices of sexual activity with minors, do you think how would you feel then?
I think we should do what Florida's been doing to him for a little bit, give him the death penalty.
Okay, so you would denounce your support for Trump.
Yeah, if the evidence came out to show that he did something like that, yeah. I don't protect those type of people. I'm a victim of that from a childhood, so I'm good.
Yeah, this is like, and like, Hulkamania, I can respect that. Like, I don't know about you, Samantha or Eddie, but I can respect it compared to Nathan, who just ran.
I mean, I can respect your point, but also what I don't understand is he's done a lot of things that bring you right to that point where it's beyond disrespectful. Walking, having his, beauty pageants and walking in there and looking at those girls undressed and all that kind of stuff. I mean, if you had a daughter, would you be okay with that?
Well, no, I wouldn't be okay with that neither. I wouldn't even be okay with
But he's
my daughter
admitted
being
to
around
doing
Joe Biden.
it.
Well, you do realize Joe Biden's done the same thing along with a lot of different politicians from both sides, right?
Okay, but I'm assuming you didn't vote for Joe Biden, but you did Trump. But here's the difference. You didn't vote for Joe Biden, but you did Trump.
Yeah.
So you're denouncing what Joe Biden did and saying he's a horrible person, but I'll vote for this asshole.
Ma'am, hey, trauma nurse, you're full of trauma. If you listen to what I'm saying, I don't care who did it, lock them up.
Okay, but here's what I'm saying to you is you just said Joe Biden has done.
Yes, ma'am.
Because
I'm looking at the big picture. I'm looking at the big picture.
Put someone in office that you already knew had done similar.
Ma'am, you're not that important. I'm looking at the bigger picture. I don't care who did it, lock them up.
Okay.
Exactly. So lock him up. So why isn't he locked up?
Reason why I brought up Joe Biden is because you haven't. There has been sexual allegations charges on him from children and women too. but nobody wants to speak about that also. So
Really,
let's bring them all
what
together.
women have come forward and children have come forward saying that Biden sexually abused them?
You never read his daughter's diary that she admitted writing?
His daughter's diary.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you talking about his granddaughter's diary?
Ashley Biden, his daughter.
Okay, so his daughter's diary stated that he has sexually abused or
That he
essayed
would shower
women.
with her when she was a teenager. Yes, ma'am.
She didn't say teenager, by the way. It just said
Well,
shower.
either
It
way,
didn't say
child,
when.
teenager, whatever.
You know they do that in some countries, right? I mean, there's a
We don't do that here in America.
Japanese
We don't do
anime
that
where
here in
that
America.
happens.
We don't do that here in America.
No, but here's the thing. What she's trying to get at is that Donald Trump has credibly been accused of doing all sorts of essay type of things. Was
So
found
has Joe Biden.
liable. Wait. But was found liable because of defamation, because he said that he did not essay a certain woman, and the
Yes.
jury saw the evidence and said,
Yes.
no, he did essay her. But you're okay with
hold
that.
on. Have y'all
But
heard
you're
of the
okay
Tara
with
Reid
that.
case? Have y'all heard of the Tara Reid case?
I don't care because it's Mr.
No.
Trump who happens to be the president at this point.
This is going
Wait.
to be very relevant. If you want me to get it out, let me speak. Have you heard of the Tara Reid case?
Go ahead, let us know.
It's basically the exact same details that happened in the Trump case, but with another woman and Joe Biden. He done the exact same thing. Why was no charges brought to him?
Well, Joe Biden is not
Look,
president. Who
America,
cares?
what I find really interesting
Ma'am,
about
I wasn't
hang
talking
on.
to you. I'm looking for an answer.
What I find really
I'm looking for an
interesting
answer.
about every time that
I'm
somebody
looking for an answer.
tries to
I'm looking for
have
an
this
answer.
conversation, every
Yes.
time someone tries to have this conversation,
Yes.
they can't come up with a compelling argument that Trump is not a predator. So
Okay,
they
actually,
always go
do
into
you want me to?
Biden or
Do you want me
another
to?
president
Do you
or
want me to?
Obama.
Ma'am, do you
That
want
is
me to?
not an
Ma'am,
argument
ma'am, I'm
that
trying to
Trump
give you
is
what you
not
want.
a predator.
Well, then let me tell you that if you want to bring up this case, and you can bring it up and read it all day long. But if you knew about this in Biden's situation and you were like, oh, this is horrible, we don't want a president like that, then why the fuck would you turn around
Ma'am,
and vote
ma'am,
for somebody
ma'am,
who
may I
you
speak?
knew was already convicted of this crap?
Ma'am, can I speak?
Yeah, very good point. You either care or you don't care, and clearly you didn't care.
Ma'am, can I speak?
The link are playing like
And it wasn't a deal breaker.
Hey, can I speak on something? Or y'all gonna just keep trying to like belittle me because this is fun?
Hey, lands are playing this everything you speak.
Okay, I will land my plane. Did you know that E. Jean Carroll doesn't know the year, date, or day that this happened? She said it was the mid-90s. She can't even tell you when. And if you look up the clothing store, in the mid-90s, it was being renovated. So partially it was open and the men's store was across the street because it was relocated years before. So
Okay,
why?
so
Why?
if you-
Hold on. If you don't want me to interrupt you, don't interrupt me. Why would Donald Trump walk into a women's store in the height of his
we can
fame
answer that
in the
question
90s?
for you. We can answer that one pretty easily. But
Wait
if
for
you
it. I'll
don't,
wait.
if you don't want to listen to E. Jean Carroll, then why would you be okay with
I
him
don't
having
listen to
locker
somebody that
room
has done this
talk?
to multiple different people and lost cases.
What about his locker room talk, going behind the
Oh no!
behind
Somebody said
the-
something horrible. Like women don't do the same thing. It's wild, right?
Wait,
But you
hold,
don't
you're
need
not
a
making
president.
a lot of
You don't
sense
need
because
to
you're
be a
sitting
president.
here doing backflips to
No, I'm not. I'm actually sticking to the
hang
topic.
on. You wanted to speak, so let other people speak. You're doing like acrobatics to try to
And you're doing
explain
accusations,
what would
which is kind of
hang
cute.
on. What would very
Don't accuse me of
logically
shit then.
seem like Trump is guilty, and yet you are so quick to
Yes.
to take tiny bits of evidence
Yes.
and blame Biden. So you can't have it both ways. Okay.
Did you know that
One
it's the same thing
person-
with Trump and Biden? There was no DNA evidence. It was the same story.
Okay,
both
so
of
if
them told
it's the
stories.
same thing,
So either you
So,
fight
so you're
Biden,
still
right?
online protecting him, but you're demeaning.
Biden's innocent,
denouncing
right?
me.
Then, if it's the same
See?
thing,
See?
then Biden's
You're-
innocent in your world.
You are protecting a pedophile because I'm not protecting anybody.
Okay, first
You're
off,
not
it's
making
TikTok
any sense.
TikTok language, but secondly, you're protecting one by saying because Trump has been found liable for this shit. Not to mention the fact that he's spoken about it. He said, "I would marry my daughter. I have walked behind my Miss USA pageants while they're undressed, and they're very beautiful."
You're saying that's not believable, but all this Biden stuff is
No, what he's
believable. Like
saying
you
is
cannot
if
have
Biden
it both
had done it,
ways.
No, what he's saying, if Biden had done it, of course, Biden would be, a horrible human being. But what he's saying is because Trump did, there he goes. But when Trump did it, then
He's a runner. He's a runner.
He's a track star.
Our world is made up of roughly 8 billion people. People of different races, different cultures, and different languages. And sometimes being different is often frowned upon due to a number of things. But here at Straight Up, we believe it's our job as people to sit at the table, learn from each other, in hopes of making our world into a better place to live. So join us as we have these cultural conversations. Only on the Straight Up Show podcast.
We are from the sea. Tune in to the Straight Up Show podcast.
Y'all, thank y'all so much for joining the live today. The question is today, do you think South Park went too far? Or did it much more? Also, this breaking news today, there has been limited immunity granted to Ghislaine Maxwell when it comes to the Epstein files. If you are a Donald Trump supporter or you are anti-Trump, please like the live, join the live. We want to hear from you. We have some new people in today. Will Leeper, start with you right quick. Can you tell me your age?
What's up, buddy? I'm 36.
And who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote for none of them. I don't trust a lot of the higher power. Like when it comes to like politics, I feel like a lot of them are just kind of like all about themselves, and it's just everyone kind of plays like this act so they could get into power, and people vote for them so they could just kind of like, you know, pocket money for themselves and not really care about the American people. And I think it's a shame for a lot of the American people that we put our trust into these people that are supposed to, you know, look out for the American people, but they choose to go a different route and just kind of like, you know, put a blind eye towards us and just put like a bright eye on themselves. And if you ever really think about it, president, if you just use a P resident, you know what I mean, like that type of word that we're using against Trump and all these other politicians that are involved. It's kind of like right in our face, and we just kind of like, a lot of us don't really see it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Merriman, let me ask you a question. So, can you tell me your age and who you voted for?
Yeah, I'm 36, and sorry, my bad.
I'm 36, and I voted for Harris.
Okay. Yeah, so that's kind of like upsetting. Like a lot of these Trump supporters, they'll sit there and they'll come talk a big game, but then all of a sudden, like when it's time to actually answer the question, they either move the goalpost or they just run away. You know, they just hang up.
They always deflect to Biden or Obama. Like it always go there.
All right, Joe. Before you start talking, brother, can you tell me?
Oh, my bad. That was my TV. Sorry.
All right, can you tell me your age and who you voted for?
Yeah, I'm 26, and I voted for Claudia De La Cruz.
Okay, so what party do you represent? Are you? I don't know what party.
I'm not a part of any party.
Okay. All right, and so let me start with Merriman right quick, because we already got everybody else. But like, so do you think South Park went too far? Or do you think it was much needed? And how do you feel about Ghislaine Maxwell?
I admittedly didn't see the South Park episode, but I did read about it. No, I mean I think that considering, you know, their parent company and you know everything they're going through, and the, you know, what happened with Colbert and everything that's going on right now, we absolutely need dissenting voices, and they're very, very smart, funny, clever dissenting voices. I think it's wonderful. It's great.
Okay, and then so Joe, what were you gonna say, Joe? I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I just didn't hear the last part of what you were asking.
Oh, I was asking, do you think how do y'all feel about Ghislaine Maxwell getting immunity now?
Oh, is that confirmed?
That is confirmed now.
Oh my God! Like no one's gonna actually believe her, right?
Well, she's already been held in contempt in court already.
No, I know, but whatever she says to like diffuse this whole list fiasco that Trump's in, we're not gonna believe that. Right? Are y'all gonna believe that?
Nope. The guy from MAGA, he just said he would. He would.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine that MAGA, if he pardoned her, I imagine the MAGA would be upset about that.
Yeah, right. Like, there's no way they just let her go. And like, it's only happening like, oh, now like Trump's looking bad for a couple weeks. Now's the time to go talk to her and get her lawyer on TV. It's so nonsensical. But as far as the episode goes, they could have gone much farther if they wanted to. Honestly, I mean, I think it's very American to be able to critique your leaders when you deem it necessary. That's why we have free speech. That's why we can get together with freedom of assembly. Like, it's important to acknowledge our rights, and sometimes in times of inner turmoil within your own country, push the limits of those rights and see exactly where you stand.
I like that. That's definitely true.
Yeah. As well stated.
And it's scary because, like, you know, like, I don't know how much y'all heard before y'all came on the panel. Eddie can attest to it, but, like, you know, we ask these questions to the Trump supporters, like, you know, if this was your child, who would you believe? And Eddie can tell you, like, 'cause we've been on a couple of lives together, the majority of them said they wouldn't believe their own child.
That's insane.
And it's like,
they'll actually believe, like, they'll believe Donald Trump over, say, because they asked him, what if your daughter would, if your daughter came up to you and told you, hey, Donald Trump essayed me, would you believe Trump or your daughter? He had to think, bro. He had to think and say, Trump. I believe Trump.
And that's why it really is a cult. Like, it's like, it's a cultish, like, it follows every sort of qualifier of a cult, the way that these people, like, behave. They're brainwashed.
My grandma was like that, bro, and she had like dementia for the last like 10 years before it finally got her. And I swear to God, she spent the last like 5-6 years of her life just on Facebook reposting the most insane stuff. Like, she believed like JFK was coming back from the grave, and like she believed that like Donald Trump was like a messianic figure. Like, it's insane.
and that's the crazy part about it is like a lot of people, especially because I'm from Louisiana originally, so like a lot of my home base is like, you know, Southerners and like, you know, Bible Belt area. So, hey, Lulu, thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us your age and who you voted for, please?
38. I live in Texas, and I voted for Harris.
Oh, whoa, that's a rare.
Oh, thank you.
That's rare.
Yeah, that's rare.
Or you're not a real Texan.
You must be like in one of the, like the blue cities, like Dallas, Fort Worth, or what? Or Dallas,
Ponytown, Fort Worth.
Yeah, see there, you knew it. And a lot of people don't notice, like, so this is kind of like I used to live in Plano, Texas. So like a lot of people don't know that that Texas was almost blue a couple of years ago by 500,000 votes.
Oh wow, Beto ran, right?
Yeah. So that's how crazy it is, because people don't realize that Texas is kind of like a purple state, to where like Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, they're all blue cities, but like Texas is so big that it makes up to a red state. So,
well, I think they're about to fix it. I mean,
Yeah,
in their favor with the gerrymandering that they're. I don't know if you heard that Trump told them to come up with 5 new districts and maneuver, you know, the districts so to make them red. So
Yeah, that's wild. Like, he always says the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, bro. I don't know how much y'all know about like Turkey, but like we're basically turning into like
I've heard. I've heard that comparison.
Look at how Erdogan has consolidated power over the past like 15-20 years. Like, I see a lot of people compare Trump to Schmittler, and like I do understand.
Yeah, I have no idea how Turkey is. So that's just
They've definitely like lost a lot of some personal freedoms over the past couple of decades. A lot of people have actually fled to the United States from Turkey in the past 20 years.
Well, what's going on with? I mean, I don't follow Turkey so well.
Well, he did a military coup, and he consolidated power, and like he holds elections, but like he literally just jailed like his political opponent not too long ago. Like, he's, you know, it's like, and he's in NATO, so it's weird. Like, he does all this stuff, but he's also a NATO ally. but he's also doing proxy war with other NATO allies. Like Turkey's a weird situation.
Hey, straight up, straight up?
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever seen the 14 characteristics of fascism?
No, I have seen it.
Have you read it?
I have not.
All right, whenever you get the chance, go Google it and just type in the 14 characteristics of fascism and just read it, and it's actually kind of scary, bro, because everything like Trump's administration is doing is heading towards there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
14, there's 14
Well, we're not
characters.
heading towards it. In a lot of ways, we're already kind of there.
Yeah, there's 14 characteristics, and we fit the criteria of 8 out of 14 so far.
We are a capitalist country, whether you like it or not. I'm not here to give like intense opinions on that, but we are in observably late stage capitalism. We're in the 250th year of empire, and it's historically proven that fascist regimes save late stage capitalist empires. Like it's kind of like the modus operandi. Like you kind of need a fascist government to keep the game going the way it has been.
Right. But that's what the guy with the mustache turned the country into in order to save it, because he even though I hate to say it, by turning them into the N-word type of state, it really like they bring the economy back in Germany. So in order for them to like you said survive, they have to turn into that type of state.
Well, to survive as they currently exist, without change,
Right.
like, we could switch to a much more progressive or socialist or whatever type of government you're looking for. Like we have options, but if you want to maintain American capitalism, it's looking like fascism is the only way right now.
I've seen like clips of it. I haven't seen like the full episode. I haven't watched TV or really a lot. But I mean, I think it was Joe that was saying earlier with freedom of speech and all that. I fully agree, because I mean, there's going to be stuff on the other side that I might not like, but it is what it is. It's they have the right to say it. And then the Maxwell stuff, man, I'm almost speechless. Like I don't understand how people can just see this happening and not just be like freaking out.
You gotta look at it like this, man. Americans, we are largely uneducated, not through a fault of our own, but through a personal and intentional failing of American education structures in this country. Public schools awful, and I mean private schools not that much better. It's usually like a Christian school or some weird stuff like that. But most Americans don't understand their own disenfranchisement. It's like when you hear some dumb guy on the internet say, like, you're going to see why Americans don't have health care. Like, you understand that you receive no benefits, and you know that all your taxes goes to foreign war, trillions towards foreign war overseas. So you have no choice but to sit back and act like you are a willing participant in all of your money going towards blowing up, brown people in other countries. And the people that follow Donald Trump specifically are people who seek to maintain their own pride and own personal vision of the American dream as it lives out through this like semi-messianic prophetic figure that they view Donald Trump as. Like it's a spiritual thing. It's also a racial thing in a lot of ways, but it's literally just a bunch of people who have nothing, and without Trump, they would honestly probably like take their own lives. Like I literally think that.
Honestly, I think that's kind of like what I think is going to happen. Like if they found out that these files and what some of us already suspect, if it comes out worse than what we think it is, I really think that's what it might come down to.
In this live a little bit ago, and they were saying that the big reason why they think that it's not going to come out, and both sides are like, dragging their feet, which I could be wrong. Joe, you sound pretty darn knowledgeable. Did the Democrats have the ability of releasing files before 2024, or were they sealed and we couldn't? I don't know if any of
They've
you guys
all
ever
had
heard
access to
anything.
it the whole time. No, they've always had access to it. These, what this list is, what all this stuff is, it is a comprehensive blackmail honeypot information scheme conducted partially by CIA, also probably partially by Mossad, given how much Ehud Barak spent time at Jeffrey Epstein's house, the previous prime minister of Israel. But you know, it's a blackmail operation. A lot of it is on their own people, of course. But when you have the hands of it, and you know that it equally implicates both parties, like the Clintons and the Trumps would be like done if this came out. And then like the trickle down effects of all their donors and all that stuff, and a couple random royal family members here and there or whatever. But it's mutually assured destruction in the form of CSAM material linked to politicians and elites.
What happened was, I think those files, I believe they were sealed, and the Democrats didn't really want to open them because they knew that some of the Democrats were going to be in there too. What this guy did, he shot himself in the foot and ran on him just to get himself in, and probably figured, like, you know, once I'm in, I'll go ahead and get rid of my name out of those files. But unfortunately, they never got. He ran on it, and then he never really got his name out of it. And now that the people want those files, now he's laying on them. So he kind of shot himself in the foot on that one.
But like it's scary that, like I said, just a lot like y'all just been saying, like this happened under Donald Trump's first administration. So like I don't get how some people just ignore all this stuff, and like now, like, to me, I don't care that it is like, I think Bill Clinton for sure, because like I said, even though
Clinton, Ghislaine, after all the stuff with Jeffrey Epstein happened, Ghislaine was at their daughter's wedding. Like, come on. She had an aisle seat at Hillary Clinton's daughter's wedding.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yes, bro. Yes. Like, they were super, like, close. Like, the Clintons are super implicated. Trump is super implicated. Like, I don't know who's more implicated than Clinton and Trump.
But that's the thing. Like, I think when it comes to, because like people love using the right and the left rhetoric, but I think when it comes to people who are quote unquote left, like they don't mind like Bill Clinton getting the.
Oh, I don't. I would love to see him get exposed for all that.
Well, we already know Bill Clinton freak anyway, so I mean, like,
that's the only thing he's known for.
Yeah, so it's like we're not really subjective. Okay, well, if he gets it, but I mean,
I am curious to see if Hillary's at all involved, though.
I mean, the thing is like I said, that would give Donald Trump more ammo. Because honestly, I think, okay, this is what I think. Honestly, so
why is he attacking Obama then?
Because that's his base. Like his base, when they hear Obama, they knew that's a trigger. So if they hear, they hear Obama, then boom, like that makes them forget everything. Well, Obama this and Obama that. Like,
he just wants to be loved like Obama was.
It's working this time.
It's not going to work because I think what happened was that what's going to happen now is that he ran his campaign on releasing the files right now. So when he got back into the office in January, maybe that's one of the things they looked at first. He had because Pam Bondi had a plethora of assignments to go through, right? One being the Epstein files, right? So when she got around to it in May to actually look at inside the files, that's when she let Donald Trump know, which the senator in Illinois, a whistleblower contacted him and said that the FBI, they had a lot of people, like over 1,000 agents, work overtime to clean through those files, which is over 100,000 files of Epstein, and that Donald Trump, they said, flagged any of those that had Donald Trump in it. So I think what they're trying to do, what they tried to do, was filter out Donald Trump, and they find stuff on his enemies, right? They find stuff on his enemies, right? and then release it. That's
Yep.
what I think they're trying to do.
But
Yeah.
no one's gonna believe that. Like, no,
You'll be
who's
surprised,
gonna
bro.
believe that?
Yeah.
Oh, here's
You'll
the
be
list. Like,
surprised.
oops, all enemies of Trump. Like, it's like a special cereal brand or something. Like, what the hell? Well, no one's gonna fall for that.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah,
Joe.
Trump did it to himself.
Joe. This guy just said that he would. This guy that came up, he said he would believe Trump over his daughter, bro. So
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. I was raised in the church, and I've seen situations where children make accusations, and the elders like side with the adult. Elders like side with the adults in the situation. Like it's partially reinforced by like that non-secular lifestyle, but also like some people just really don't care about their children as well.
Hey, y'all, let me reset the was it much needed? And what are your thoughts about Ghislaine Maxwell? Now, just came out a couple of hours ago that she has now been granted limited immunity when it comes to the Epstein files. Talk about it. And is Trump in bed with the devil, like South Park said, or is all a hoax, like he said as well? Right now, right now, we do have a good panel right now talking about it. If you are a Trump supporter, let us know if you side with Trump or you think it's all a hoax or you kind of feel betrayed by Trump. Right now, I'm going to talk to Birdie. Birdie, just tell us your age and who you voted for, please.
36 and Miss Harris.
All right. So, kind of get back to the topic at hand. Like, did South Park go too far, or was it much needed? And how do you feel about now Ghislaine Maxwell giving limited immunity?
So I thought the South Park episode was great. I only laughed once, I'm going to be honest. There was the part, I don't remember their names. I don't really watch South Park, but I watched it because everybody was talking about it. I didn't think it was funny, but I appreciated it. The Ghislaine Maxwell thing, I'm just hearing this right now. I didn't know that about the clemency thing. So I'm going to have to look into that. I did want to come up and talk. I listened to I was on a live and listening to a recording the other day where it was Virginia I think it's pronounced Giuffre, the victim that unalived herself back in April. She talked about how Ghislaine and Ivana Trump would ride around together and were essentially like best friends. Someone in here was saying, that Bill and Hillary have a connection, which Bill Clinton wouldn't surprise me if he's in there. Put him away. But I think the connections from JE to Trump are just, people are choosing to not make them at this point.
Hey, straight up. Like,
it's not even just about Trump. Like, everyone who cares wants every single person on it to be punished to the full extent of the law. Like,
every single one.
Like, Trump just happens to be the most powerful guy on it. So obviously we're fixated on him.
Hey, you guys, like, look into, like, the last, before he left to Scotland, the last, I think it might have been on Fox. I'm not sure, but he's scared, bro. He's squealing on his, on all types of politicians. Because before he took off, he's like, why are you guys, something along the lines like, why are you guys worried about my name being in the list? He's like, you guys look into the Clintons and look into some type of foundation. So he's even ratting people out. Like,
I think he's getting us ready for the fake lie that he's gonna have Ghislaine tell everybody.
Oh, for sure.
That's
Killian,
what I think he's doing.
Killian, welcome to the live. Hey, guys, make sure you like the live. Try to get us to 10K if you can. Like the live, share the live. Killian, answer the question, please, if you don't mind. Did South Park go too far, or was it much needed? And how do you feel about Ghislaine Maxwell now granted limited immunity?
Honestly, man, I think South Park did not go too far at all. I think they're just being South Park, and anyone thinks they went too far. It's just kind of crazy. Like, it's South Park.
Okay, and who'd you vote for?
I voted for Miss Harris.
All right, and one more before we get Dan. Thank you for joining the live. Dan, tell us your age and who you vote for.
Independent.
Okay. So y'all, Killian, like, how do you feel about Ghislaine Maxwell being given limited immunity?
It's corruption. The fact that we're too afraid to release a list because we know a lot of people are going to be on that list is bullshit.
Yeah. I think it's, I think I'm asking Bertie this question actually. So like, why do you think like when it comes to MAGA supporters, why do you think they move the goalposts when it comes to this? You know, because like Eddie said, like we had a guy come up here who actually said like, if my daughter told me that Trump did something to her, like I would have to see the proof before I believe her. Like, why do you think that? What's the loyalty to this? Like, this is big. I can understand it was conspiracy theories, like money fraud or something like that. Yeah, but when it comes to your own personal child and a child's like, you know, innocence, basically, why do you think they're so quick to defend this? This is pretty sick.
I will never understand. I will never understand.
Oh, I know exactly why they defend it. Because if they admit that he's wrong and he's bad, they have to admit that they've been duped, and nobody wants to admit that they've been fooled.
Mm-hmm. And honestly,
At some point, you have to.
honestly, like Joe made a good point. It kind of scared me a little bit. I really think this is what's going to happen, Joe. Like, if all this comes out, like I said, the focal point is Trump, right? The focal point. There's going to be more people on there, but the focal point is Trump. But I'm like Joe, and Joe made a good point. I feel like if it does come out, man, there might be some unaliving of themselves, like because they can't live with the truth. That's the thing is like, you know, it's great that y'all do these spaces, man, because like I'm not no Don Lemon or no spectacular journalist, but like, man, the fact that y'all do these things on TikTok Live and stuff like that, man, it's really helping us out because like it's great to see that y'all want justice as much as we want justice, and like, you know, we have to remain apolitical when it comes to like journalism and stuff like that. So I really can't. Sorry. But we don't pick a side, and that's the thing about journalists. We don't try to pick a side, but like we do pick what's right and what's wrong. And like seeing like people getting deported left and right, and you know, I don't think we want criminals here. But the thing is that do it the right way to where they get due process, which they haven't been getting. And so the thing is, that's what we want to see, you know. And like, so y'all keep joining these lives, keep going up, and like having these panels. Like, man, and stay vigilant. Like I said, I think we all want the same thing when it comes to America, and like just be free, but at the same time we don't want these people who are telling us we have to spend more taxes putting money in their pockets. You know what I mean? So that's the end of our show. Hey guys, if you want to continue the conversation, please go to our website at strayupshowpodcast.com. That's STR8upshowpodcast.com. If you want to support our podcast, go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/strayupshowpodcast318. That's patreon.com/strayupshowpodcast318. Until then, that's the end of our show. But if you come back to our show, there's only one rule to our show. You got to be
straight up.
All right. See y'all later.